Hi, I can see some likes. I can't see any comments yet. So if you are commenting, thank you for being here. I still can't see any, but if any comments come up, I will let you know. Just seeing one from Cheryl. Hi Patricia. Thank you so much for joining. Just to say to anyone that I've only realised recently, because someone else pointed out, there are stars that you can acquire off Facebook and buy and give to people who do lives. Please save your money and don't worry about sending stars on any of my lives, please. I don't collect them. I didn't realise they were there, and it's just another way of Facebook getting money off of you. So just to let you know, anyone who has sent some stars in the past, thank you very much. But they are still sitting there with Facebook. So just to let you know, save your money, please. Firstly, I want to thank everyone who has donated to the boys' cause so far. If Marion's watching, she can tell you a proper figure, but we're not far off £1,000. So we've had donations to Donor Box, and some people that have given and sent cash. And we're very, very grateful. We're just under £1,000, somewhere in that mark. Thank you very much. And for your support as always. Hi Debbie, hi Sandra, hi Protecting Kids in Scotland. Thank you for joining me. And the kids do need protecting a lot more than people realise. A lot of the time when I go out, I couldn't put it up because it's so huge, but I take this banner with me. And it's over 8 feet high. And it's a banner with the boys' faces on. And it explains that they were murdered on the 26th of the 1st, 2018. And that the Met Police covered their murders up. Hi, Karina from Scotland. Thank you very much for joining me. Now, the banner I take out, sometimes I've done live feeds as you've seen. And sometimes I don't do live feeds because it's not always good to be a creature of habit. And to not always be good to let the police know what you are doing and where you are. But my main aim is getting and exposing the boy story to everyone in this country. That is why back in 2018, we done that 7-day stint of going up to Edinburgh and coming all the way back down, ending up in London to hand out leaflets. And anyone who saw those live feeds back in 2018 knows that we was also followed by the police, and the police tried their best to stop us handing out our leaflets, which we still continue to hand out our leaflets, and we will still continue to do that. Hi Ruth, hope you're okay. Hi Janine, thank you. Hi Jenny, hi Carmen. So this banner I take out because on social media I am heavily shadow banned. I do manage to get out on Facebook, but with the amount of followers that I'm lucky to have on our boys page, it should get out a lot more. YouTube is just, you know, I'm lucky to even get out anywhere on there. And as for Twitter, I don't get out anywhere. I'm totally hidden on Twitter, so I don't bother with that anymore. Now, as you know, thank you for your kind words, Debbie. Hi, Fiona. As you already know, the documentary reached over 500,000 views across all the social media platforms. And the only reason it did that, because of the heavy shadow ban, is the fact that we had people already in place ready to share that when that documentary went out for the boys. So that is the only reason we got 500,000 views across all of different platforms on social media. During the course of the 4 years of this horrific journey that I've been on and should never had to be on, never. Hi Sandra from Australia, thank you for watching us here in England. Thank you very much. During the course of the last 4 years and this awful journey that I've been on and shouldn't have had to be on, we are the media now, Ruth, you're correct, but not every alternative media is here for the people. They are also running their shows for other people and being paid for what they do. So you have to be careful of who you watched, but only research will show you who to watch. Only research will do that. And I've been fooled many times, and I have no doubt that I'll be fooled again in the future. I'm just very, very wary now. You know, during the last 4 years, one thing it has showed me that there's many out here that pretend to care for your children, your calls, your story, and they actually don't. They're paid to do what they do and take us down dead ends and called divide and friction. That's what they're there for. Which means that we will never be able to stand in unity because, as you know, and it goes back to the Roman times of divide and conquer. So during these 4 years, I went to Hayes Police Station on numerous occasions to report numerous crimes against their own organisation, the Met Police. One of the times I went there under the Discrimination Act because our boys were discriminated against by the Met Police. And this is part of that recording from that day with the inspector, and you need to listen to it carefully.
I understand.
There's intent.
I totally understand what you're saying.
Yeah, there's intent.
Now,
and I feel it's discrimination, so therefore that's a crime.
I understand why you think that.
Well, no, it is discrimination against someone, not a crime.
Yes, it can be, yes.
Well, it either is or it, no disrespect for you, but it either is or it isn't. It's not, it can be.
Before I finish playing it, notice that the inspector says it can be a crime. Well, it either is or it isn't.
I'm looking at this, and this, what you're alleging, and again, I can't comment.
Well, of course, because you haven't seen the evidence. But what I'm asking you is discrimination a crime? It's either a yes or a no. It can't be. It can be. Otherwise, that means it's discretionary, which doesn't make sense.
What I'm willing to do is, I'm not going to take. A Chris report is a crime report at this moment in time. But what I'm promising you is that I'm going to look at this and take some advice from somebody who is much more educated, or this would be their specialism in the crime side of things. So I'm not saying no.
Let them know it's not a complaint. It's discrimination, which is, you just said it can be, which doesn't make sense. So discrimination is a crime, isn't it?
I'm reading this.
You're not answering my question.
Because I'm trying to be...
Yes, but you're not answering my question. Is discrimination a crime?
I need to go and sit down and look at it.
Answer.
It's not that I'm not answering it.
But I'm asking you, is discrimination a crime?
Yes.
Right, thank you.
Discriminating against certain. You're going to... Certain things come under discrimination, yes.
Which is?
I'm not going to go into it right now, because I did say that I just wanted to come and see you guys. And
so you heard that part, and it is only part of the recording. There's more to it. She goes on to talk about whether you're pink or whether you're this. She also promised to get back in touch on the Tuesday and never did. The comments have stopped now. I don't know if they're still going or whether they're just on hold for a minute, courtesy of Facebook. So as you can see, and I hope you heard all of that. If not, go back through this live later and listen to it again. Because what I've experienced, and during the course of the rest of that conversation, that discrimination isn't for us and it isn't made for us. And that is something you need to know, and you need to question why, because that will also make you become aware of a lot of things and why we've been treated the way we have. Now, the police had intent to deprive our boys of justice. It was intentional to deprive our boys of justice. It wasn't lack of investigation. It wasn't laziness. It was misconduct in office, perjury, falsifying of statements, fake pictures, fake timestamps, fake parts in the CCTV, They created a scene in the CCTV that just didn't happen. And not just one scene in that CCTV. And I can prove all of that. All of it. It's so important, not just for our boys, but for the rest of you, for your children and the future generations, that I get to court. Because I believe I can set a precedent for not just our boys and get them justice, but I can set a precedent for you lot. So this doesn't have to happen, so you don't have to suffer like we've suffered. If no judge will listen or right the wrong that was done to our boys, then the justice system is worth nothing. There has to be remedy somewhere in there. There has to be. Otherwise it just means nothing. Nothing but business and fining you for offences which are not crimes. Which are not crimes. It makes everything about money and not about life. And your life and your children right now, lives don't matter to them. They don't matter to the police. There has to be remedy. Yeah, hi Kerry. I am here a lot, but obviously my videos are hidden, so only so many see my videos at a certain time. And then when I come on again, a lot of certain people will see them then. You just normally have to check my channel. You have to challenge them. You have to do what I do, no matter how hard it is. Thank you, Ruth. I've seen so much in the last 4 years, and I wish I could sit here and tell you it all. But a lot of it you have to find out for yourself. Or I just become another person online, another woman, not a person, sorry, online, that is just telling you what to think. You need to see it yourself. And once you start seeing it, you will see more. All of those in that car that night are complicit in the murder of my son and George and Harry. But I have to show first what the police did so I can get those in that car tried for murder. And I can show what the police did. Tracy to Tracy, thank you for your kind words. They mean so much. All of your support, all of you that have joined me for the last 4 years, please know how much it does mean to me. But it's also important for me to share with you what I know in our boys' case. Because you have children, and the future generation of children deserve a safer place and a much more caring place than we live in right now. So as I said to you, I can show what the police did in court, which in turn will show what those murderers did in that car. The truth matters, but it seems like the truth is an enemy these days to many. And a lot of people do not like hearing the truth. And whatever direction I come in, they just try and fob me off all the time. The police betrayed our boys, and I have no doubt they've betrayed many of families and lied to many of families when they've lost their loved one. They have condoned what happened to our boys. They are complicit. The Met Police are complicit in the murder of 3 innocent young boys. Cover-up and corruption have been the norm in the Met Police. And it's not a case of them being in danger of it becoming rotten. It is rotten. It is. Hi Kenton, hi Nanny, hi Sean or Sheen. Sorry if I don't pronounce it right. I want to thank you all again for your support. Anyone who missed that mini recording that I just played on this live feed, please re-listen and take in what that inspector is saying. You really need to listen to that. So let's show them that we're not people who will shut up and go away, that we are a country of people who will stand up and not go away. We are not defeatists, so don't ever sit there and be a defeatist. So everyone, take care. Thank you for the donations that I said at the beginning. Anyone who's missed that part, please listen. Thank you very much. Take care, and I will be seeing you soon before the end of the week.